Hi everybody, we're Group 4. Our research topic is what factors influence renters to choose Airbnb short-term rental accommodations over the traditional long-term rentals. So for this presentation, we're going to discuss 4 factors to our research question and then wrap up with a conclusion. Okay, so first a little bit of background info on Airbnb, or just short-term rentals. In the recent years, Airbnb and other similar short-term rental housing apps have increased quite substantially in popularity, as we see on the table in the lower left. We see in 2019 it was only 1.1 million, and then for 2023 it forecasted to be 1.387 million. So we see quite a significant jump in the popularity, which we will explore in the later slides. So the first factor out of the 4 that we're discussing is utility. Utility is the factor that contributes to the phenomenon that the Airbnb increase in popularity compared to the long-term rentals, because utility is used to model the worth or value of the service. In the case of Airbnb, the overall value of the Airbnb will likely be better than the traditional rental, since the furniture is provided, as well as Wi-Fi, other amenities such as security systems and gym, parking lot, and healthy surroundings.
The next factor we looked at was a demand model. Here you see shifts in where we found shifts in renter prices, which acted as the demand in this scenario, as well as the offerings of Airbnb hosts, which acted as the supply in this scenario. They affected the decision to choose an Airbnb accommodation. Changes in these supply and demand variables had influence prices, as well as the availability in both the Airbnb as well as your traditional housing rental markets. Traditional rentals has longer rental terms than Airbnb, as well as Airbnb has much more availability compared to your traditional rentals. Airbnb's pricing structure, it allows for flexibility in adjusting prices based on factors, including demand and special events. Additionally, renters who are price sensitive found that Airbnb accommodations would be more attractive as they can secure a lower price compared to your more traditional rental systems.
Vivek, it should be your slide.
Yeah. So the next factor is consumer preferences. Some rentals may choose Airbnb due to the perceived eco-friendly practice or the opportunity to support local hosts and communities. Also, cultural shifts towards trust and sharing. Some individuals may even like the idea of staying in someone else's home and engaging with the local community to experience the culture and authenticity of the location, which will lead to more desirable culture. And then the final factor is price elasticity of demand. So price elasticity of demand can play a role in the decision-making process. So renters may be more responsive to price changes for short-term stays. So it makes their accommodations attractive when the cost is relatively lower compared to long-term rentals. Also, there's more commitment to be made with the long-term rentals when compared to short-term rentals. Their platform enables renters to compare multiple options to potentially find accommodations at a lower price than they would be willing to pay for a traditional long-term rental. So from this, the consumer service can incentivize rentals to choose Airbnb.
So in conclusion, we were able to present 4 factors to explain the question of what factors influence renters to choose Airbnb over more traditional long-term rentals. Our main reasoning about why Airbnb is more favorable is because of the shifts in consumer preferences and needs, as well as basic economic changes such as inflation. From the need for Wi-Fi now, as well as for cultural changes and supporting your local communities, as well as a lack of affordable housing, all lead to Airbnb, specifically in most recent years, being more favored than your traditional long-term rentals. Thank you for listening.
Okay, and these are our sources, and that's about it.